Shalom, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Kakadash, double honor to the apostles, a great millstone who do well, that taught me the truth, peace, love, and blessings to the brothers on the highways and byways, giving all diligence to make your call and election, showing blessings to the very few sisters out there listening, learning, and believing. I'm that fellow Libra Kanakla, coming at you once again with another lesson, Lord's will, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai's lessons, edifying, also exhorting. And, us that's in the know, the watchman that's been watching. All right, everybody, that's been paying attention.
The shutdown.
The shutdown is basically threatening food stamps, SNAP, EBT, government assistance, all the above. And this is just another, phase of that squeeze, that great squeeze. That's all they're doing, cutting off. It's a siege. Okay, where you systematically break down a system, and that's basically what they're doing to America. They're breaking this place down systematically. All right, so when it's all said and done, they own everything. That's why the farmers, they're crying. Trump is bailing, is giving money over to basically Argentina agriculture. Their farmers helping them out. But he hasn't given anything to the U.S. farmers, right? So they're sieging this place, man. When you siege a nation, you cut off their water supply, their food supply. You stop things from coming in and things from leaving, all right? And what that does is all that is it just takes time. To the point where now your enemy is weak and vulnerable, and basically they're willing to comply, or they're too weak to fight back or put up a resistance. Okay, so this is all you see happening, and basically it's just gonna lead to that road where you're gonna be ready. The common person is gonna be ready to receive that mark, to receive all these benefits back. All right.
Is starting to have real impacts on Missouri families who rely on food stamps. The Missouri Department of Social Services has posted on its website the federal government is temporarily suspending SNAP benefits for November. The program is 100% federally funded. The state will still process applications and mid-certifications.
Department of Agriculture says it will not fund the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, known as SNAP, if the government shutdown extends into November.
Now, this would impact about 42 million people across the country who rely on SNAP benefits to buy food. The USDA sent a letter to state agencies last week saying there would not be enough funding to pay for the entirety of November's benefits. It also told states not to send certain files to the contractors that load those EBT cards that people on SNAP use. A budget agreement that reopens the government would also restore SNAP funding, but the shutdown continues now into its third week with negotiations at a standstill. In Iowa, more than 259,000 people rely on SNAP benefits. This is 8% of the state's population. To qualify for SNAP, a family of four, for example, must earn less than about $40,500.
I'll pause it there because I want to get into the precepts. All right, but as you can see here, the brother GMS Boston, all right, it's just so happened to use the content that he posted. So, GMS Boston on the street, subscribe, as Elder Yahshua would say, subscribe and be edified. All right. But let's get into these precepts. All right. Because, we here, you brothers that's been enduring, keeping the faith. All right. We here, man. All right. The enemy is laid a trench about thee and shall close thee in and keep thee in on every side. All right, it's Hebrews 10:37 says, for yet a little while. No, let's go down. Let's start at verse 36. It says, cast not away, therefore, your confidence, which hath great recompense of reward. All right, your confidence going to your faith. Okay, as a reward for you standing still, you coming up out of this world, changing your ways and seeking the face of the Lord, calling on the true names of the Lord. All right, and changing things about your life and waiting patiently on the Lord. And when you talk about patiently, that's suffering. All right, you waited patiently on the Lord, and here it is now prophecy. All right, the fruits of prophecy are now ready to be harvested, man. All right, it says, for ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Most High, ye might receive the promise. And not to change gears, but who was the promise made to? The promise was made unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob's name was later changed into Israel. Israel are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, the Lord made a promise and a covenant with you. All right, to give you the kingdom. All right, the land of milk and honey. All right, so that's the kingdom coming for the nation of Israel underneath Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai's kingdom. Verse 37 says, for yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry. All right, so Yahweh Shai is on his way. The No Kings protests, all right, that's happening all over the country. We seen it down here in the city we live in, Tampa. All right, it was a big crowd of people. No Kings, you know. And then when you search up what is No Kings protest, all right, is literally telling you that it's a let's see if we can pull that up real fast. It's literally telling you that it's against Trump. That's the crazy part about it. Let's see. Right here. No Kings protest, also known internationally as No Dictators, No Tyrant protest, is a series of demonstrations largely in the United States against what the organizers describe as, oh boy, you see how they changed that? Because they didn't say earlier, it didn't say this. It's against what organizers describe. It just said it's against authoritarian policies of Donald Trump and corruption in his administration. All right. I'm telling you, it didn't say what against organizers. It didn't say that. It was just a general term. All right. It's just against authoritarian policies of Donald Trump and corruption in his administration. So now it's saying it's basically an opinion, almost, so to say. All right. But as you can see, I looked it up earlier. You know, I looked it up earlier, so I know what I saw earlier. Okay. But against it's like authoritarian policies of Donald Trump and corruption in his administration. So that's what you see, and that's what you saw that in Ezra's. Is this Ezra's 9? Yep. Second Ezra's 9:1. He said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. All right, and earthquakes are happening all the time. So here it is now. The uproars are happening, all right, here in America. And it ain't against old corporations and we protesting for awareness or they're protesting against the man in charge himself, against the commander-in-chief. These protests are directly against him. It goes to show you, all right, the unrest, all right, that's getting ready to unfold, because it's directly against the president. Like I was speaking with a brother, you say anything against the president, talking about, oh, you will do this or you will do that, that, trust me, you have federal agents showing up to your door. That's how serious they take those threats. So you protesting against the president himself? Okay. A thin line. What they say between treason, man. You know, it's directly against him, coming up against him. You see the position that he put himself in. Plenary power. Basically, this man's become a dictator, so all he got to do is say a couple words, which it's all, it's already been positioned that way, that you people, you American citizens, are terrorists, man. That's already been put in that position. So he just gonna declare war on you. He says a surge of he gonna send a surge of basically troops to these cities. He said what you got out there now is just, it's light work. He gonna send more of them. And who that's for? You people are now have been, but now it's being shown that you people are the enemy, because you're not supposed to uproar or speak against your government. And you see what he said. That's why we got rid of free speech. He gonna do what he wants to do. All right, which he's just doing the bidding of the elites. He gonna do what he want to do, and you better not say nothing about it. That sounds like a tyranny. All right, you talking about a communist, North Korea, China. All right, you got a dictator in the office now. So life is, as people know it in America, is definitely changing, man. So uproars of the people, then shall thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And again, that cutting of those SNAP benefits, man, that's just leading you down that road. Because you people that depend on these benefits, okay, that can't survive without them, you're going to be willing and ready to receive that mark. Revelation 13:16, and he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save that he have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for the number of a man, and his number is 666. Shai stigma. All right, in the Greek. But if you don't know, that mark is the RFID chip, NFC, whichever one, that's going to be planted underneath your skin. And that's all you got to simply type in. Because I know different people coming to this thing, new people coming to this thing every day. But that chip, so you can't buy or sell, man. All right, the new monetary system. Let's go to the next chapter. It says, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and that father's name written in their foreheads, meaning on their mind, in their mind. Okay, the true names. The true names of the Father and the Son. All right. It says, and I heard a voice from heaven as a voice of many waters, and as a voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the beast and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. And that new song is just gospel, man. The truth. All right. It says, these are they which are not defiled with women. And this is symbolism. All right. Not defiled with women means other philosophies. All right. Other doctrines. For they are virgins, meaning not literal virgins, but pure. All right. They only have the truth in them. All right. They're not defiled with other philosophies, other religions, other gospels, other doctrines. These are they which follow the Lamb wheresoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb. And so these are special men, undefiled, untouched. All right, that's why he's trying to get you to worship the beast in his image and to receive his mark. But these men aren't going to be defiled by you. All right. It says, in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High. Okay, well, they have the 100% truth. It says, and I saw another angel fly in heaven in the midst, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, fear the Most High and give glory to him, for the hour of judgment is come. All right. Notice this is after the receiving the prophecy of that mark. All right. It says, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. The other gods didn't do that. Okay. So this is a time for the Heavenly Father, all right, the living power who created the heavens, the earth, the sea, and the fountains, to be worshipped and to be reverenced. All right. And this is going to be done through his son, man. Okay. All the other idols, the fake gods that people worship, all right, they're going to be put down in that day. It says, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen. This is talking about America. It's fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right. And that wine is symbolism. Okay. It says in the NLT, as you say, because she made all the nations of the world drink the wine of her passionate immorality. Exactly. To be immoral. That fornication. To live that way. All right. Where adultery is promoted. Average fucking pornography. All right. Just basically push women to be harlots. All right. Just immoral, man. Immoral acts, immoral deeds. The worshiping of Satan. You know, we can keep going all day. So the nation's drunk of that. They wanted to be just like America. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And that's talking about the destruction. It says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay, so you drink of that cup, you take that mark, you're gonna be tormented, man, with the missiles, with this World War III that we're entering into, that we already in, I should say, Salakia. We already in World War III. All right. It says, in the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, just mean a long period of time. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image and whosoever receive the mark of his name. All right. Here's patience. And that's what it is, man. We've been being patient over suffering. All right. Holding that patience. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahweh Shai. All right. Verse 13, I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord. From henceforth, yea, saith the Spirit, that ye may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. So we have brothers who passed away in this ministry, waiting on these things that we see now. Okay? I could think of a beloved brother recently. All right, that brother prophesied and it was on the streets and spoke about these exact times that we're living in now. Okay. Verse 14, and I looked, and behold, a white cloud, And upon the cloud, one sat like unto the Son of Man. All right, and that cloud is that spaceship. All right, the UFO, the chariot, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. All right, that sharp sickle ready to reap. This is the time we in. Yahushua is on his way, and another angel came out of the temple crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. All right, this is the harvest. So all the fruits of the earth, whether they be bad or good, it's here now. This is the harvest. Let's look up that word harvest. Oh, shoot. Because this is the time. The Lord's coming back in the time of the harvest, man, so to say. Where you got wickedness is budded. The fruits of wickedness are here, and there's plenty of that. This earth is consumed with wickedness. And then also the righteous. All right. Brothers have come, all right, into their maturity. I have become beautiful vessels. I have become the word. All right.
Strong's G 2326. Therismas.
Harvest, the act of reaping, figuratively of gathering of men into the gathering of men into the kingdom of the Most High. All right, and that's the time. So the Lord's going to do too. He's going to be bringing judgment. The scriptures in Isaiah 66, I believe, it say the slain of the Lord shall be many. So the Lord going to be putting people to death and saving people at the same time. The laser beams that's coming out of out of those chariots, out of those ships, and it just ain't just gonna be one ship. The Lord coming in his huge ship leading the way, and he gonna have a heavenly host of angels with him, and they gonna be in ships as well, spaceships as well, zapping people. Okay, it says referring to the time of reaping, the final judgment when the righteous are gathered into the kingdom of the Most High and the wicked are cast into the hell forever, that's going on. All right, but they're gonna be cast into that fire and burnt up. So he's gonna be saving people and putting people down, man, unaliving people. So we in a time of that harvest. So how people live their life, what fruit have they've bared or spring forth, the Lord's about to come and collect. That's the real reaper. All right. Verse 16. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. All right. And the earth was reaped. Let's continue. We'll read this. And another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. And the angel thrust in the sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High. All right, so that fire, that destruction. All right, again, the Lord is going to be controlling that fire, man. His spirit is going to be in that fire. Okay, as you see, the angel had power over fire. Okay, so that's why the elders say the Heavenly Father, his spirit, he gonna guide those missiles. All right, they ain't gonna miss you. If you meant to get hit, they're not gonna miss you. That's why this place is gonna be fully consumed, man. That's why it's gonna look like a lake of fire. Babylon the Great, aka America. It says, the wine press was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the wine press, even unto the horses' bridles, by the space of 100 It's like of 1,600 furlongs. So that's gonna be the body count or the death toll, so to say, of that judgment. It's gonna take out a lot of people. All right. Say to the point the blood was by the horse's bridle. It's just symbolizing the amount of bodies the Lord is gonna catch in that day. Okay. And again, we in those times. All right. This no kings protest and food stamps being cut. Well, you know, we just, things are moving, man. All right. So this is gonna affect people a lot. Again, it's just funneling people or leading them to the direction of being willing and ready to receive that mark. So Barakatah Yahweh Shem Shai, man, this thing is happening. It's exciting times, beautiful times, and it's time to reap. It's time to receive that promise. You know, people thought it was just a joke, us standing out there on those corners doing these lessons. All right, thought it was just a joke. That'll never happen. Well, it's happening now. Okay, it's happening. So all praise to Yahweh Shemiah Shai, double honors to the apostle, great millstone, peace and love and blessings to the elect.